let us give you an introduction of Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe was one of the most important and influential American writers of the 19th century. He is an American short story writer, a poet, a critic, and an editor, who is famous for his cultivation of mystery and the macabre. Edgar Allan Poe wrote The Masque of the Red Death in 1850, and here we are to give you some of our analysis about the short story.
The Masque of the Red Death. Before reading the story, The Masque of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe, I thought it was kind of horrific and dreadful death story, but it merely shows representation to the deeper meaning or message which involves philosophical concepts such as life and death. In this short story, every single room of prosperous palace has a color resemblance that represents the stages of life or the human journey from birth to death. The first room's color is blue. It symbolizes from which a human being was born or comes into the world. The second room's color is purple, which was the beginning of growth or process of development mentally, physically, or spiritually. Next by green colored room, which represents childhood, followed by orange room, which displays summer and autumn of life. The white room follows, and it shows maturity and aging. Next comes with the violet room that represents both darkness and death. Finally, the seventh black door, which is the ominous point. It also contains ebony clock that reminds us to our final judgment. In the fall of Prospero and later deaths of his guests follow from these reasons of the masquerade when revelry or festivity is revealed. As a defense mechanism against fear, then the raw exposure of what lies beneath is enough to cause death. This story features a set of symbols to convey a message that a slight prosperous life, no matter how wealthy you are, beautiful your castle is, how luxuriant your clothing is, or how powerful you are, even Prince Prospero's life can't escape death. We need to know the value and importance of time to make good use of it for ourselves and for our loved ones and for the others. Time is our life. To value your time is to love your life. And time also teaches us that death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it.
As per the symbolism, earlier Carl said that each room has different walls, like different colors of the walls. And when a person entered a room, he or she cannot foresee easily what the other room looked like. And the only way to know it is to be inside of it. And just like in life, you cannot know what the future holds not until you've been into it. For me, you should not fear of what the future holds and not even death. Don't jump into conclusions on what will be happening to you, to your family, or loved ones, or even other people as well. Because no one knows what will the future holds. The ebony clock, on the other hand, every hour it alarms everyone inside the castle take break from what they are doing. And for me, the clock symbolizes us, people, taking breaks from our lives and have realization about it. And every time it alarms, we take break from life and think deeply about ourselves, our life. And when the clock stopped ringing, we tend to go back on what we are doing and see ourselves entering another room or another phase of our lives. The short story, The Masque of the Red Death, reminds me of the theory of Erik Erikson's psychosocial development. Because, just like in the story, the theory also states that every human being has stages in their lives that we people need to be like we you need to surpass, just like that. As what I have said, no one knows what will happen in the future, so enjoy life, explore life, and yes, because our life is precious and it is given by God, and I know that He can only, like, He's the only one who knows what will happen, and He only knows when is the right time to face the death itself or Him